to this meeting of the Los Angeles City Board of Public Works. It is Wednesday, January 26th, 2022. Good morning, colleagues. And Dr. Campos, can we establish quorum, please, sir?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer, establishing quorum and roll call for this morning. We have President Good, Vice President Garcia, President Pro Tem Davis, and Commissioners Caloza and Villegas. Mr. President, you do have a quorum at this time. Currently, we do not have any callers on the line under general public comment. We also do not have any commentary under the neighborhood council comment section. We do have one speaker on the line for item number 5. This is the contractor for Gerbicon. Should your board have any questions, I will go ahead and connect that audio line for you at that time. Again, this is the contractor for item number 5. Mr. President, that is it. No other callers on the line.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Campos. All right, colleagues, let's jump right in. We'll start by taking the minutes for Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. A motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Any objections or concerns? Garcia, Villegas, or Close? All right, hearing none, the minutes from Wednesday, January 12, 2022 are adopted and approved forthwith. Dr. Campos, I know we have on item 1, we have bids. So,
Mr. President, can we consider the bids after item number 2? I need to go get the bids outside of my office, and it may take me a minute or two, so I don't want to delay your board.
Yeah,
if it's
that's perfectly fine.
Take 2, and then I will go get the bids in the process.
Perfectly fine. So we'll take item number 2, folks. So item number 2, this is a sole source procurement, ultra filtration and ultraviolet sterilization system, Penmar Water Quality Improvement Phase 3 project, recommending the board, 1, authorize the city engineer to sole source the procurement of an ultra filtration and ultraviolet sterilization system, stormwater treatment system, for an amount not to exceed $400,000. And 2, authorize the city engineer to negotiate a price agreement with Water Harvesting Solutions for the above referenced stormwater treatment system, which will be procured, installed by the design build contractor awarded the Penmar Water Quality Improvement Phase 3 project. Work order EW 40086F. Mr. Saldin, are you here to present on this item?
Yes, I am, Commissioner.
All right, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, John Saldin with the Bureau of Engineering for a staff report on this item. This is a sole source authorization. This sole source authorization will allow the design build contractor of the Penmar Water Quality Phase 3 project to procure and install a prefabricated skid-mounted ultrafiltration and UV sterilization stormwater treatment system for up to $400,000.
And I spoke to the assistant, and she said there's not much she can do because it's for the press office.
Mike, you need to mute yourself.
President Pro Tem Davis, can you please mute?
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay, just to continue, sole source authorization will allow the design build contractor to procure and install a prefabricated skid-mounted ultrafiltration and UV sterilization stormwater treatment system for up to $400,000 to be furnished by Water Harvesting Solutions, WAHASO. And just a quick briefing on project background. The Penmar Phase 1 project was completed in 2013 to address the Santa Monica Bay Beach wet weather bacterial TMDL stormwater pollution requirements. Phase 1 included stormwater capture, storage, and diversion of stormwater to the sewer system. Penmar Phase 2 project construction contract was awarded in March of 2016 to provide treatment and irrigation. Penmar Phase 2 construction contract was awarded in March of 2016 to provide treatment and irrigation reuse of the stormwater that was collected under the Phase 1 project. By complying with the 2011 LA County Department of Public Health guidelines for non-potable uses of stormwater. In June of 2016, LA County Department of Public Health sent a letter to the city requiring the Penmar Phase 2 project to comply with new and more stringent guidelines for non-potable uses such as irrigation reuse. Phase 2 construction proceeded and was completed in September of 2018. In 2017, the city determined the Phase 2 project was not adequate to meet the new Public Health 2016 guidelines for irrigation reuse, and in June of 2019, LA SAN prepared a concept report for PEMR Phase 3 to update the Phase 2 project to meet Public Health 2016 guidelines. In April of 2021, City Council approved a $2.54 million budget for PEMR Phase 3. In May of 2021, LA SAN informed the Bureau of Engineering of the project Proposition 84 grant deadline to complete the project by December of 2022, December of this year. To meet the strict deadline, BOE is implementing a design-build project delivery method rather than design bid build. And in July of 2021, a task order was awarded to Tetra Tech to provide pre-design services, design services for up to 30% design and design support during construction. Tetra Tech completed a 30% bridging document with recommendation that the facility utilize a prefabricated, ready-to-install stormwater treatment system that has been successfully installed and will meet public health guidelines for irrigation reuse. Therefore, the sole source justification for this item for you today is that the Wahaso stormwater system has been successfully installed in multiple cities in LA County, and it meets NSF ANSI 350 Class C effluent water quality of the public health guidelines for reuse as irrigation. The proposed Wahaso treatment system is a skid-mounted prefabricated appliance equipment that includes ultrafiltration, UV sterilization, backwash, pH sensor, turbidity meter, and electronics controls. By utilizing a treatment system that has been proven to meet LA public health standards, saves time on the permitting process. In addition, a prefabricated treatment system shortens the installation, construction, commissioning, and startup process, therefore allowing us to meet the grant deadline.
All finished, Mr. Setting? Or?
I am finished, thank you.
Okay, great, thank
Sorry.
you. No problem at all. All right, colleagues, let's open it up for questions. Vice President Garcia, why don't you start us off?
Thank you, Mr. Selden. Nice to see you, and good report. I don't have any questions. I appreciate the work that's getting done out there, so thank you for that.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Vice President Garcia. President Pro Tem Davis? Mike, you're muted. Mike, you're muted still.
Thank you so much for your report. I don't have any questions on the item at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Colosa?
Thank you, President Good. Thank you for your report, Mr. Saldin. I don't have any questions as well. Great job.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Villegas?
Thank you, and I too appreciate your report. Just minor questions. The work that's before us today is that so we are compliant with public health guidelines. And I'm just a quick question. I'm wondering, once we do that work, are we still going to be addressing our TMDL requirements for Santa Monica Bay?
Yes, this project is part of that. This project includes reuse of stormwater that would otherwise be diverted to the sewer system. And so my comment would be yes, this project is part of that diverts stormwater from the watershed that would otherwise flow down to with trash and debris with debris and trash that would otherwise flow down to the beach, Venice Beach. This project does divert the dry weather and some of the wet weather flow, so it does not go down to the beach, and therefore it does address those TMDL requirements.
Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And so then this is going to be Prop 84 state money to be able to purchase this equipment.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I see that it's not to exceed, so it could be less.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I appreciate your report. Thank you. I remember we funded the first phase through Prop O. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Villegas. I just thank you for the presentation, Mr. Saldin. One question. So,
yes,
the sort of expansion of the guidelines that the county did after phase 1 and then phase 2, can that just happen again, or we just have to keep? I mean, I'm being somewhat hypothetical, but where we just have to continue to go into make phase 4 adjustments, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that's a good question. We do know on the books there are some state guidelines. Senate Bill, I think it might be 69. I actually forget the Senate bill. That there are guidelines that are proposed that we are addressing under this project. So we do have confidence in working with Tetra Tech, who has implemented successful stormwater reuse projects in LA County that do meet the requirements and are currently operating. Your question is very good. We anticipate that this project will meet the foreseen guidelines that could come down from the state, and is our intention that this project will meet those guidelines.
Okay. But it is conceivable that, I guess in general, guidelines around water quality can continue to evolve. But we're just going to have to roll that dice, I guess.
Yes, yes. However, once you have a treatment system installed that does meet the current existing guidelines, I think it is considered less likely that the project would have to stop operating in the event in the future date that the guidelines are restricted for new projects.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Saldin. I will take a motion to move the item forward.
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Colosa. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Dr. Campos, I have a motion from Commissioner Colosa and a second from President Pro Tem Davis. Would you take roll call, please?
Absolutely. We'll start with you, Mr. President.
Aye.
Vice President Garcia.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Colosa.
Aye.
And Commissioner Villegas.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Mr. President, would you like to consider this to go forthwith?
Please do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Saldin, and thank you, colleagues. All right, let's go. Dr. Campos, we ready for the bids?
We are ready. Yes, we are.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So, item 1 is receipt of bids. First, and the bids were received at 10 a.m. this morning. First project is Secondary Sewer Renewal Program D, Con 07A, H17A-E, work order SZC 13948, estimated cost $4,167,877. This project is in CDs 1, 8, 10. And then item 2 is, or project 2 is receipt of Boulevard Complete Streets Traffic Signal Improvements Work Order ECM 0014F. Estimated cost of this project $3,360,970, and this is in CDs 3 and 12. Dr. Campos, let's go ahead and proceed with the bids.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. We will go ahead and start and open up the bids for the first project. Again, this is for the secondary sewer renewal program. I am joined in my office with mask on with Miss Grace Hernandez opening this morning with me. So we'll go ahead and start the bids. We did receive 4 bids in total for the first project. The first bid received for this first project is from Ramona Incorporated for a total bid amount of $3,944,580 even. That's $3,944,580 from Ramona Incorporated.
Can you say that number one more time, Dr. Campos? I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely, no worries. Again, the first bid for the first project is from Ramona Incorporated for a total bid amount of $3,944,580 even.
Okay.
The second bid received for the first project is from Colich and Sons LP for a total bid amount of $3,768,680 even. That's $3,768,680 from Colich and Sons LP.
Okay.
The third bid received for the first project is from Vasilt Incorporated for a total bid amount of $4,030,985 even. That's $4,030,985 from Vasilt Incorporated. And the fourth and final bid received for the first project is from M&R Construction Incorporated for a total bid amount of $4,254,611 even. That's $4,254,611 from M&R Construction Incorporated. For the record, line item number 10, 19, and 25 have been lined out, and all 3 lines have been initialed by the contractor. Mr. President, that concludes the bid openings for the first project. We will now go ahead and start bid openings for the second project. The second project is for the Reseda Boulevard Complete Streets in Council Districts 3 and 12. We did receive 5 bids in total for the second project. The first bid for the second project is from Crosstown Electrical and Data Incorporated for a total bid amount of $4,337,689 even. That's $4,337,689 from Crosstown Electrical and Data Incorporated. Second envelope, a little tougher to open just this morning, but we got it open. Second bid for the second project is from flipping through the pages. Second bid for the second project is from KDC Incorporated, doing business as Dynalectric LA for a total bid amount of $4,431,150 even. That's $4,431,150 from KDC Incorporated, doing business as Dynalectric LA. The third bid for the second project is from Comet Electric Incorporated for a total bid amount of $4,628,104 even. That's $4,628,104 104 from Comet Electric Incorporated. Fourth bid received for the second project is from Baker Electric Incorporated. That's BAKER Electric Incorporated, for a total bid amount of $5,462,107 even. That's 5462107 from Baker Electric Incorporated. And the fifth and final bid received for the second project is from International Line Builders Incorporated. I'm sorry, International Line Builders Electric Inc. Again, International Line Builders Electric Inc. for a total bid amount of $6,096,956 even. That's 6096956 from International Line Builders Electric Incorporated. Mr. President, that concludes the bid openings for the second project, and it also concludes all bids for today's agenda.
All right, thank you, Dr. Campos. Do I have a motion, colleagues, to move these, receive and move forward with these bids?
So moved.
Wow, everybody's fired up. I think I got Villegas, and I'll take a second from Garcia. Dr. Campos, why don't you please take roll call?
Absolutely, Mr. President. Motion by Commissioner Villegas, seconded by Commissioner Garcia to receive, open, and declare the bids. We'll go ahead and start the voting tabulation at this time. We'll start with you, Mr. President.
Aye.
Vice President Garcia.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis. Thank you.
Aye.
Commissioner Caloza
Aye.
and Commissioner Villegas.
Aye.
Thank you. This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Mr. President, could we consider this to go forthwith?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, colleagues. And then let's move to, I think we'll take items 3, 4, and 6 together. Who is with us on these items today?
We have Mr. George Spindola.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Mr. Spindola. How are you? And I see Chris is here, too. So what I'm going to do is I will read items 3, 4, and 6 together. And then, Mr. Spindola, if you can, give us a short summary of them, that'd be great. We'll take them as a group. So item 3, contract acceptance, North Outfall Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 6, Cooper to Wilson, and Unit 7, Wilson to Los Angeles River. Recommending the board accept this contract. Work order SZC 12182, SZC 12181. Item 4, contract acceptance, Oakdale Road, 3180, bulkhead and sidewalk repair. Recommending the board, 1, accept this contract. Work order E1908729. And last, item 6, contract acceptance, Bel Air Beverly Crest Unit 2 Series to multiple high voltage conversion FY 2016-2017 street lighting project. Recommending the board accept this contract. Work order L169434. Go ahead, Mr. Spindola, and good morning.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. This is George Spindola with the Bureau of Contract Administration. This is item number 3. The North Outfall Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 6 and Unit 7 project was awarded to JR Pipeline Company Incorporated on February 15, 2017 in the amount of $17,245,196 with a contingency of $862,260, giving a total authorized budget of $18,107,456. The Unit 6 portion of the project rehabilitated 5,226 linear feet of 66-inch and 60-inch brick and concrete sewer lines. The Unit 7 portion of the project rehabilitated 3,197 linear feet of the 60-inch diameter brick and concrete sewer line, totaling 8,423 linear feet rehabilitated. These are located in CD9 and CD14. 14 change orders were issued, decreasing the total cost of this project by $490,917 with 66 cents. The total cost of this project is $16,754,278 with 34 cents. Final corrections were completed on February 18, 2020. Funding was through the Sewer Capital Fund 761. BCA's Office of Contract Compliance has found that this contractor has met all the equal employment opportunities and labor compliance requirements of the contract. There are no unresolved property complaints or disputed funds in connection to this project. Now we'll move on to item number 4. This is for the 3180 Oakdale Road Bulkhead and Sidewalk Repair Project. This was awarded to Mike Perlich and Sons Incorporated on October 21st, 2020 in the amount of $126,698 with a not to exceed amount of $164,700. Notice to proceed was issued on January 26, 2021. This project provided for construction of approximately 130 feet of pipe and board sidewalk retaining structure and approximately 132 linear feet of sidewalk in CD2. 3 change orders were issued, decreasing the amount by $1,592, bringing the total cost of this project to $125,106. Final corrections was completed on August 19, 2021. Funding was through Fund SB1 Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Fund 59B. BCA's Office of Contract Compliance has found that this contractor has met all the equal employment opportunities and labor compliance of the contract. There are no unresolved property complaints or disputed funds in connection to this project. And finally, item number 6, which is the Beverly Crest Unit 2 Series to Multiple High Voltage Conversion, fiscal year 2016-2017. This project was awarded to KDC Incorporated DBA Dynaelectric. This was awarded on February 14, 2018 in the amount of $2,925,604 with a contingency of $438,796, giving a total authorized budget of $3,364,400. This contract converted approximately 352 street lights from high voltage circuits to low voltage multiple circuits. The project is located throughout the Hollywood Hills areas in CD4. 21 change orders were issued, totaling $427,321 with 2 cents, increasing the total cost of this project to $3,352,925 with 2 cents. Final corrections were completed on April 3rd, 2020. Funding was through MICLA Fund 2017 Street Lighting Fund 264. BCA's Office of Contract Compliance has found that this contract has met all the equal employment opportunity and labor compliance required of the contract. There are no unresolved property complaints or disputed funds in this in connection with this project. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Espindola. Colleagues will open it up for questions. Any questions, President Pro Tem Davis? You're on mute.
You explained in your report the additional change orders that we had. I guess you said it was somewhere around $400,000 for the additional changes we had to make. Were there structural changes that we made in the assignment that we had given in the project, or could you just elaborate in terms of that?
Yes, this is for item number 6. For the Beverly Crest Unit 6. Unit 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes, their change orders were approximately 427. Well, it was 427,321. There was additional scope to the project. additional potholing, conduit runs, pull boxes, wires, and street restoration.
I see. So when we got to the project, it was a little deeper than we had anticipated initially upon assignment of the original request. Is that pretty accurate?
That is correct, and that is very typical on this type of projects.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Villegas?
Thank you. I have no questions. Pretty straightforward. Appreciate your report. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Colosa?
Thank you, President Good. Thank you for your report on these items. Mr. Espindola, nice to see you, Mr. Jensen, as always. No questions for me. Glad we're closing out these contracts and wrapping up these projects. I know this is the last step to finally closing the books on them. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. And Vice President Garcia?
Thank you, President Good. I don't have any questions. Mr. Spindola and Chris, nice to see you again, both. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since
Thank you.
2021. All right, other than that, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Garcia. I have no questions, Mr. Espindola. Thank you for the excellent report. Good to see you, Mr. Jensen. And I will motion to approve and move the items forward. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Dr. Campos, can you please take roll?
Absolutely. There's been a motion by Commissioner Good, seconded by Commissioner Davis to adopt item number 3, 4, and 6. We'll start the vote at this time. We'll start with you, Mr. President.
Aye.
Vice President Garcia.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Colosa.
Aye.
And Commissioner Villegas.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Mr. President, would you like to move 3, 4, and 6 forthwith?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Y'all have great days. All right, folks, that brings us to item number 5. Item number 5 is a contract award, Gerbicon Inc., Beverlywood Street Storm Drain. Recommending the board, 1, declare Gerbicon Inc., first low bidder to be the lowest responsible bidder, and award Gerbicon a contract for this project for $662,920. And 2, authorize the president or 2 members of the board to execute the contract after approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney. Work order SZS 11742. See Mr. Vandergriff and I see Ms. Kawashima. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. It's a pleasure to see you this morning. President Good. So on this project, what we're doing is we're constructing a storm drain approximately 310 feet long, 36-inch diameter pipe from the corner of Beverlywood Street and Holt Avenue to the corner, well, the intersection of Corning Street and Beverlywood. This storm drain will relieve flooding that's occurred during heavy rainfall at the intersection of Holt Avenue and Beverlywood Street. We've had multiple complaints about flooding. This will also reduce the city's liability for commuters and pedestrians because of the flooding that's occurred at this intersection. The site is just north of the 10 freeway in Council District 10. Work also includes the construction of maintenance holes, catch basins, junction structures, and lateral pipes to convey all of this water. It will join up with a storm drain that's located over in Beverlywood and Garth Street. Corning and Garth Street, which is where Beverlywood intersects. Council District 10 was informed about this project on May 20th, 2021, prior to the advertising of the project for funds. The project was advertised for bids with the city engineer's estimate of $830,200 and a contract duration of 270 days. 6 bids were received on October 13th, 2021. The low bid of $662,920 was received from GroupCon, which is 20% below the city engineer's estimate. There were some clerical errors and corrections in the bids, which are detailed in the report. These are considered waivable defects and did not affect the eligibility of the bidders or their responsiveness. Public Works General Counsel has reviewed and concurred with the recommendations. Based on the review of the range of bids submitted for the project, Gerbicon's bid is reasonable. The project was advertised with the Business Inclusion Program anticipated participation levels of 4% MBE, 2% WBE, 25% SBE, 8% EBE, and 3% DBBE, and mandatory bid documentation requirements. The Office of Contract Compliance determined that Groupcon complied with the outreach requirements of the bid. The OCC further found that Groupcon pledged participation levels of 0% in all categories. The mandatory subcontracting minimum of 25% was met with a pledge of 30.47% after deducting the fixed bid cost items. The OCC verified that Groupcon is a certified local business enterprise. Funding for this project in the amount of $795,504 is available in the SB1 Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Fund, and this amount includes the bid award amount plus a construction contingency. Are there any questions?
We'll start with Vice President Garcia. Any questions or comments, Vice President?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you. President Pro Tem Davis?
Yeah, I don't have any questions in terms of the presentation, but some comments of certainly glad to see a contractor come in under the quote that we give. So that's always welcoming news. So thank you for that report.
For sure. Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Villegas?
Thank you. I don't have any questions either on this report. Glad this work is going to be taking care of some of that flooding in that area in West LA. Thank you.
For sure. All right. And Commissioner Colosa?
Thank you, President Good. I don't have any questions on this item either. I understand the contractors on the line as well, so thank you for dialing in today in case we had other questions for you directly, and thanks for your report, Mr. Vandergriff.
Thank you, Commissioner Colosa. All right, I don't have any questions. Thanks for the excellent report. I'll take a motion to move the item forward.
So moved.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Colosa. Dr. Campos, can you please take roll call?
Absolutely. This is a motion by Dr. Davis and seconded by Commissioner Colosa to adopt item number 5. We'll start with the vote at this time. Mr. President?
Aye.
Vice President Garcia?
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis?
Aye.
Commissioner Colosa?
Aye.
And Commissioner Villegas?
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Mr. President, would you like to consider this to go forthwith?
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Vandergriff. Thank you, Ms. Kawashima.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a good day.
Y'all have great days. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
You too. Thank you. All right, folks, that brings us to item 7. Item 7 is an authority for expenditure, Department of Toxic Substances Control. Bureau of Engineering and Office of Accounting are requesting board approval and execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $107,075 for payment of oversight fees of the Taylor Yard G2 parcel for fiscal year ending on June 30th, 2022. AE 222-98001M. Fund number 298, Municipal Improvement Corporation of Los Angeles Fund, Department number 50, Appropriation Unit 50STYG. And it looks like Mr. Saldin is back with us on this item as well. You're on mute, sir.
Sorry. Hello again, Commissioners, and I am here to report on this item. And I will say that the authorization for expenditure concerns the reimbursement of State Department of Toxic Substances Control for their expenses incurred on the Taylor Yard G2 site in Council District 1 for the period ending this June 30th. For the period ending June 30th, 2022. The work involves their review and oversight of contamination assessment and remediation in accordance with a California Land Reuse and Revitalization Act agreement between the city and DTSC. And the estimated charges for this period are $107,075. And this work will be ongoing throughout the development of the Taylor Yard G2 site.
Now I did it. Thank you very much, Mr. Saldane. All right. Any questions, Dr. Davis?
No questions for me on this item.
All right. Any questions, Vice President Garcia?
No questions for me either. Thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioner Colosa?
No questions for me. Thank you, Mr. Saldane, for your report.
Thank you, Commissioner. And Commissioner Villegas?
Thank you for your report. Just a quick question. These are fees and that we have to pay DTSC just for their, is it their oversight or is it the actual work that they're doing on Taylor Yard?
It is oversight, review and oversight.
Okay.
Yes.
This board recently approved also, I think University of Riverside is going to be doing a study in this area of a small portion of Taylor Yard. Will they be reviewing the work that UCR is doing?
You know, I'm going to have to get back to you on that,
Okay.
Commissioner.
Okay.
I am filling in today for the project manager,
No worries.
but I can get back to you on that one.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No more questions.
Thank you, Commissioner. No questions from me, Mr. Saldane. Pretty clear. I will take a motion to approve item number 7.
So moved.
So, I'll second.
Thank you. I've got a motion from President Pro Tem Davis, a second from Commissioner or Vice President Garcia. Dr. Campos, can we please take roll?
Absolutely. We'll start with you, Mr. President. Sorry, hallway conversations.
Aye. That's funny. Aye.
Thank you. Vice President Garcia,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Colosa,
Aye.
and Commissioner Villegas.
Aye.
This motion is adopted and carries unanimous. Mr. President, would you like to consider this to go forthwith?
Yes, please. And Mr. Saldane, you can see how excited everyone is about this AFE. So good stuff. We will move it forthwith.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saldane.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That laughter sounded like it was like a TV laughter
Well,
staged.
I think that might have been Cindy.
It is. It was.
I know that laugh. All right. So thank you, Mr. Saldane. You have a great day and a great week. All right, colleagues, that brings us to our final item today, and that is a sewers update from the Bureau of Engineering. I suspect Mr. Tolles is here on this item. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, commissioners. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, yes, I'm Ryan Tolles with the Wastewater Conveyance Construction Division. I'll be presenting on the Sewer 6 semi-annual report. I'll give a brief background on the contract, and then we'll go ahead and walk through the report. So, for those who don't know the sewers acronym, it stands for Super Expedited Wastewater Emergency Rehabilitation for Sewers. We're currently in the 6th iteration of the contract, and hence the name Sewer 6. The contract uses pre-established bid prices over the duration of the contract, and we issue urgent necessity work related to sewer projects as requested by LA SAM. These projects are typically not emergencies, but they also cannot wait for the traditional capital improvement process to address the repairs. So they're in the category of what we call urgent necessity. And so the report before you, it provides some of the relevant statistics related to the current sewers contract, and I'll go ahead and walk through that and answer any questions you guys may have. And just for also context, this year, you can see at the very top of the report, you'll see it was a 5-year contract, and it expires this year, November 2nd of 2022. So we are in the process of awarding the Sewer 7 contract right now. So you'll see an item come to board shortly for that. So this contract, it began in November 3rd of 2017. and we're about 83% expended in terms of time. The contract typically has 3 contractors on it, and the 3 contractors, in this case, Matthew and Stewart, M&R Construction, and Tomovich and Associates. In terms of construction orders that were issued, construction orders are the documents that we are authorizing the scope of work, the budget, everything associated with the project. And so there was 1,152 issued throughout the duration of this 5-year contract, and so far 1,055 have been completed. And again, this report is as of December 31st of 2021, so as at the end of this past year. And in terms of the dollar values for each of the contractors, Matthew and Stewart, they've received about $21 million worth of work. M&R Construction about 5.5, Tomovich and Associates about 13.9. And so total, we've issued about $40.6 million worth of work. The contract ceiling was revised back in April of 2013 of 2020 to $43 million. And so you could see we're pretty close to that ceiling now. And so we're wrapping up issuing any more work under this contract, or in the process of getting the new contract in place so that we could continue to issue work that comes in from LA Sanitation. And so right now, or at least as of the end of 2021, we had about $2.4 million remaining, which is about 94% of the budget expended. And at that time also, there were about 1,368 projects in the program at that time. So that's, in summary, the status of the contract, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have regarding it.
Thank you, Ryan. I was just kept clicking mute and it wouldn't unmute. Commissioner Villegas, any questions for Mr. Tolles?
No, I appreciate your report. Necessary work for this to get done. I like the acronym.
I know.
It's a little misconceiving because it's not super expedited, although it's emergency, but it's in that like gray area.
They couldn't help themselves though. Whenever they're crafting it, it just worked too well. That's right.
To the details of the report, I appreciate all of the information that was shared with us today in your report and just the detail. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice President Garcia.
Thank you, President Good and Mr. Tolles. Thank you for your report. I don't have any questions. The only thing about I was thinking super. That was the only word I was trying to figure out. Is that the best word? But I like it. I like it. It makes it seem like, you're like superheroes out there.
Yeah, no, I think they came up with this back in 2004. I'm not sure who.
Oh, that's a long time
who's
ago.
Responsible. But yeah, I think normal capital projects, the duration for those projects lasts 3 to 5 years in terms of being able to get it into construction. And for us, these projects last less than a year. That's the goal for each of these jobs.
The super part.
Yeah, so that's where we call it. That's the super part. And then the emergency contract, those start right away. And that's kind of the fastest delivery that we have, the emergency sewer repair contract, but also the most costly. So we try to avoid that unless it's absolutely necessary.
All right. Well, it just reminds me of superheroes, so keep going at it. All positive. That's it for me, President.
Thank you, Vice President Garcia. President Pro Tem Davis?
Yeah, it's a great report. I don't really have any questions about the report, but what I would like to see in the future, we spend so many millions of dollars on such a necessary repair challenge that we will always have because things wear out over time. I would love to see some kind of nexus between what we do in sewers and training and education for a whole new generation of workers to get to be a part of this process. So I don't know where we began to begin to develop such a thing. But I would love to, in the future, have some kind of planning that will allow us to put some education and training around this to get a whole new culture of individuals who are able to perform construction in the sewer area.
I know there are, apprentices that work on these projects, and I can work with BCA to see what data we do have related to that. And, if there's more discussion to be had, I can coordinate with BCA on that. They would be the lead. But
Great.
there are apprentices that work on this project. There are subcontractors that work on our projects. But simply because the projects aren't known, at least when the contracts were awarded, there's no mandated requirement for that on these contracts.
Right. So maybe with some thinking in the future, because this is going to be a part of our culture in the future as it is today. So maybe in the future we can think about something more of the short-term and long-term planning, because without that kind of thinking and strategy, then we just every year say we can't do it because it's an emergency. But if we implement some strategic management task, if not in the short term, certainly in the long term, then it could be possible that we could maximize the funding that we are investing in the repairs that we inherit. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Davis. Commissioner Closa?
Thank you, President Good. Thanks for your detailed report, Mr. Tolles, and for all your team's work on sewers program and the ESR program. They're all critical to the work that we do here at the city, and I know you work with LACN very closely, of course, on delivering these urgent necessity projects, but I don't have any questions for you, and I appreciate your report.
Thank you, Commissioner Closa. I don't have any questions. Excellent report. Again, echo the love for the acronym, or just wonder how long it took for them to come up with that. Your predecessors, Ryan. Bet there was lots of brainstorming in a conference room.
Someday we may update this thing.
There we go. So it's pretty elegant.
20-year mark, the 2024 maybe.
Another S word, another E word potential. All right. All good. I don't have any questions. Thanks so much, Ryan, for the presentation. Really appreciate it. You have a great week, okay?
All right. Thank you. Nice seeing everybody.
Bye. All right, Dr. Campos, I believe we've cleared the decks, no?
Yes, you have.
All right. Thank you, everybody. At 10:59, this meeting is adjourned. Y'all have great days, okay?
All righty. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.